Well, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Look at that. 74 degrees. Middle of the afternoon. First time we've hit 70 degrees all year. Actually, the first time we've hit 70 degrees and had a nice day like this in probably 6 months here in Oregon. Why do I live here anyway? What am I thinking about? I don't understand me at all. Must be a different speed limit for young men on motorcycles. That's a bridge. Yeah. You're welcome. I was just talking to the Lord, and he talked back at me a little bit. I think he does that sometimes. Either that, or he enables me to have thoughts that I've never had before and wasn't looking for. You explain that to me. I don't know. But I've done some pretty crummy things in my life. Things that establish me as someone who does not deserve to be respected. And that's a little hard to live with. I mean, I don't want to be king of the county or anything or whatever's available. But it's always nice to think you fit in, you know. But me personally, I have done some things that establish me as pretty much of an outcast in the beautiful family of God that I so desire. So here I am. But now this morning, the Lord is telling me that I am forgiven for everything. Praise His name. What love. And He's also telling me that He loved me, and He loves me now. But He has loved me when I was at my worst. My parents would have kicked me out of the house. My best friend would have walked away from me. But God is picking me up with His strong, righteous right hand out of nothing but pure, holy love. Even me. If you knew everything about me, you'd be impressed by that. Maybe you could try applying it to your own life and see how you take it. God is love. God is love. That's not a problem for Him. What would we do without love? And how do I go out into this miserable, evil world full of selfish people like me? Most of them not quite as bad as me, but how do you go out into this world and love everybody? That's the challenge, I guess. Help me, Lord, to love today. Amen. Ever seen a bunch of guys in trucks having to wait in line for a while? Well, these guys are doing it. They're all trying to get down here to either load or unload in this port up here. My goodness, look at all of them. I think they just take naps and get out and visit with one another or whatever they want to do. Nice of them to leave one lane open for traffic. I guess truck drivers are kind of a special breed of folks, you know. Oh look, this guy's last. Well, probably not for long. Green fields. We're out here in the boonies, out by Banks and Verboort. Somewhere's out here between Forest Grove and Highway 26. Little bit of sun peeking through. Kind of birdie. I like it. I grew up out of Banks, in that area. Saw a lot of this kind of stuff growing up. It's a nice place to live, I think. You'd be kind of isolated. I imagine you'd depend more on your family than the neighbors, you know, just because of the logistics of the situation. Want to buy a truck or some gas tanks? Probably diesel tanks. Big old farmhouse. Major traffic up ahead here. We got a road intersection coming. This will be exciting for this part of the world. That barn could fall down any minute. Zion Church Road. That's where we are. Zion Church Road and Sussbauer Road. A lot of green. I like it. That's a lot of space without any houses, you know. Kind of refreshing to see that. Interesting to think you could come out here and buy a farm probably for the price of a house in town and not have to worry about your neighbors. I think I might consider doing something like that one day if I was smart. Maybe I should buy me a retirement farm. What could I raise that would supplement my Social Security income enough that I could survive? About that. I don't have a whole lot of energy or know-how even at my age when it comes to farming, but something about it that sounds kind of sweet. It must be ready to plant that field over there. Got the green all turned over on it. Closer, they've just cut a crop of hay or something off of that. I'm starting to get hay fever just thinking about it. I don't believe I'm going to make it as a farmer in my retirement. It doesn't mean it wouldn't be a good idea to buy a farm in the boonies, though. Or if I sold my house, if I could afford it, something more interesting out here in the boondocks. The GPS is telling me to continue straight ahead, but I'm going to turn left. I'm going to go get on the freeway, I think. I think that'll work better for this old farmer. Shut up. This is my fantasy. Get your own. Fantasizing in the company van. I got her made, I tell you. Some people have to drive their own vehicle all the way out here to fantasize like this. Not me, I'm blessed. Heard an interesting question on the radio this morning. Can't remember right now who was asking it, but it had to do with when a person feels like they became entitled to question or disagree with or anything but totally respect and revere the Bible because it was inspired through men. I've heard it said that there are errors in it. I just always questioned whether or not that was a pertinent response for a human being to make to a God who had inspired his word to the men. But they do. I suppose with some kind of good intentions maybe on their part, but that doesn't mean they're not misguided. Here we are in beautiful downtown Sandy, Oregon. See, it's me. I'm a little zoomed in, but it's still me. Sandy. You can go to Mount Hood that way. Right down there. Right up the block there, Mount Hood. There's a block. Speaking of blocks, there's a girl in pink pants. She's got a little bit of a limp or something. Let's not put her on YouTube. It might be something she'd rather not have to deal with. Some people have their own lives to lead and they need their privacy, you know. I don't know what in the heck is wrong with me, but here we are. Maybe you have the same problem. If you don't, you can get yourself a YouTube account. Commit social suicide just like me if you want to. Doesn't make any difference to me. I don't mind one way or the other. Those of us who have committed social suicide don't have those kinds of opinions or concerns. Social suicide. That'd be a good name for a uploading website, wouldn't it? MeTube. How about MeTube instead of YouTube? Some people waiting for the bus. Right here in beautiful downtown Sandy. Kind of a quaint little place because they spent a lot of money to make it look like a quaint little place, it looks like. In spots anyways. And in other spots it just looks quaint. Looks like they forgot all about it and that's why it looks quaint. You'd think people would see that, I guess. Look at here. Trailer City, Sandy, Oregon. Come to Sandy, Oregon and commit social suicide. Bring your camera. Yeah. Whatever. Quaint. People on the road. What else on the road? I suppose those people's car broke down, do you? You don't know any more than me about that. You probably know a lot that I don't know. But I know some things you don't know too. That's guaranteed. Nothing that matters probably, but well, unless you're not a Christian. I could possibly know some things that would make a difference to you longer than you can imagine if you're not a Christian. I know that God is real, that He really loves people who don't deserve it, that He'll change your life for nothing but good if you'll just give up what you think you're used to, because you're used to it, even if it's bad. Saved and live forever in paradise with God. Paradise. No sickness, no pain, no sin.